used to be my old stomping grounds. That's a story for another time. Been there. Been there. So I kind of feel like a gypsy of sorts because I've bounced between different hotels, but it's my last night here and I go home tomorrow. I'm excited to go home. Not gonna lie, I've been been obviously missing my dog and worried about Micah. I'm tired. I honestly, I contemplated, just catching a flight tonight, but, I don't know, I think I'd be pushing it mentally. I'm not prepared, but yeah, I have my flight tomorrow, and that's that. I just go home. It was just a nice little vacation. I just really wanted to see. This is me laying in bed, but I just wanted to be home, I felt like my plan wasn't to cold turkey it anyways, in any way, shape, or form. So, and I've talked about moving there, and I knew how hard it would be. So this is just part of the process for me, honestly. It's just coming home, seeing how I feel, seeing how it, then what it feels like to go back there. It's all really just a part of figuring out my life and I guess what I want to do and where I want to really be, so that's that. I mean, I know being home, it just feels, it's a weird feeling. I really it's been home for so long that it just feels natural. I thought that I would feel this, I don't even know how to describe it. I thought I would get here and I would hate the thought of going back to Florida, but it's just been home for so long that for some reason it I still think it's home, even though I don't live here. I don't know if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. So there's that, and I probably, so tired. I probably got random little clips, honestly. I just spent some time at the Frisco Star. So, and I don't know if I made any sense about my brother, but when I originally booked this trip, I wanted it to be a surprise, and I hadn't been thinking at all about the timeline. And when I got here, I was like, okay, I was thinking of like how I was gonna surprise my brother, and then it hit me like a ton of bricks, like literally. I don't know. I was like, oh, it's my sister-in-law's birthday this weekend, and they always like travel. They always do stuff, and so then I was just like, I knew that they were going to Waco, like that was like their plan. So basically I didn't get to like see them and spend time with them because that's what they're doing right now. So, but also the other part of the plan was for me to just come home too. You know, it was, you know, both of those things. So unfortunately I didn't get to see them. So there's my luggage. I have my shoes and my hat over there. I have my bag over there. So yeah, I'm packed, ready to go, and I'm excited to go back home. Like, I just want to be in my bed, so, and see Loki and see Micah and kind of like get back on my eating routine, you know? So it's like being here, you know, just eating out and doing all that stuff, which has been fun, but I'm definitely ready to go home. And okay, you guys, I need this water, but I definitely have to go to sleep now, so.
Just maintenance.
Tell us we couldn't fit all the luggage in. Yeah. We're trying to, you know, we're Tetrising the luggage here.
Instead of, hey, we might run out of fuel in the middle of the flight. We're gonna come crashing down.
Well, honey, it was nice.
Good company going down. Hey.
Good thing I watched Survivor.
Oh, okay, so you got us? You know what to do?
I know what to do.
Okay, good. Because I don't.
And I can swim. So.
Oh, jeez.
That was a good delivery, though.
Yeah. I'm sure you don't want to be on a plane that's broken. What?
No, not really. Could you fix it, please?
The backside manager, you know. Oh, Lord.
That's a good thing he's not a doctor.
We wouldn't make it out.
Split you. You're bleeding all over, but you might be all right. We'll fix it.
I'm sure you don't want to not wake up. Oh, jeez. That occurred.
Yeah.
Like,
maybe the last people don't know how lucky they were.
How are they planning on fixing that? Like, is that a whole new part, or is it like duct tape?
I hope they don't have to. Although, I really don't want to have to switch planes on it. That would be a nightmare.
No, I know.
I'd be like, give me my luggage, because I know it's down there, and it should be up there.
Yeah, exactly. truck pulled out over here. It's only a 2-hour flight. I say let's roll the dice and go.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
How big is the link? You know, like, let's just...
Okay, how do you turn now? Here it is.
Maybe a twist.
Yeah. Oops. I didn't mean that.
I mean, are we leaking puddles? Is it... like...
I know. Well, all we got before we get there.
Yeah.
Once they give me any update, I will inform everyone about it. I'm sorry, but I don't want to fly a broken plane, and I'm sure you guys don't want to be in a broken plane either.
No.
So just hang tight. As soon as I find out something, I'll let you know. Sorry about it.
This is only probably about my 6 or 8 flights over, like, under 10 now.
He's really focusing on his broken plane bit, huh?
There's not anything else broken.
Yeah.
Could possibly be.
Is it a hobby there or a profession there?
Poetic.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Art. It's a totally different place.
For all the code people.
It was a little too small for
Yeah.
me anyway.
Yeah. It didn't suit us.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. 28. So when you go out, you just go left.
Okay.
Enjoy the flight.
I got snacks for everybody.
Okay, just got home. Well, about 30 minutes ago, but I'm already showered and in bed. It was a crazy traveling day. The craziest thing like that's ever happened to me while traveling, for sure. And I know it happens all the time, but like it's never happened to me until now. I'm sure I inserted like the clips of the conversation I had with this lady, which was so funny. And unfortunately, some of our funniest conversations I didn't get on camera. Like I then started filming them because they were just so hilarious, but I was laughing so hard. I had to like contain myself because I was in a plane with people. But basically, get on this plane, the original plane, and we board. It's kind of a little late, but we board and then we sit. And we sit. It's been like an hour. And then they tell us, oh, there's a little fuel leak and y'all don't want to fly in a broken plane. And that's what had me and this lady like cutting up and talking. Her name was Doreen. And she was an absolute freaking gem. Like, funniest lady I've ever met in my life. And we're just dying laughing. And we start talking about like, we just went dark. We went dark with the flight fuel leak situation. So then they bring more maintenance people. All this stuff is happening. Still sitting on this plane, and I'm very uncomfortable at this point because like I'm afraid to fly, and I'm like, I don't know that I want to fly on a plane that had a fuel leak and then like they fixed it, but like how do they fix it? You know what I mean? So that's kind of going through my head, but Doreen is taking all the heat off because we're sitting there laughing so hard with each other. And so then they come back on, the pilot comes back and he's like, oh, the fuel leak is huge. and we have to deplane, and we're going to get another plane. Here's the gate that you're going to go to. So we deboard, we all make our way to this gate. Also to find out that, like, they didn't even know the leak existed on this plane until, like, maintenance saw it. Somebody overheard the pilot say that he didn't even see the indicator, like, on his controls. And I'm like, see, that's what scares me right there. Because a plane is all about its controls. Like, they basically really fly on autopilot most of the time anyway. So, like, they autopilot takeoff and they autopilot landing a good chunk of the time. So I'm like, we kind of need these controls to, like, be working. So anyways, I digress. So we go to this gate, more waiting. They change the gate. We move further down the line to another gate, and they tell us that they're towing the new plane to us. And I'm thinking maybe this is because this plane wasn't in use, and maybe they don't fuel until they need to or whatever, so maybe that's why it gets towed. I really don't know. I don't know the whole thing. Oh, probably because now it makes sense. It hit me why I think they tow it, because the pilot was with us. So, and only a pilot, I guess, can move the plane. So that makes sense now. So they towed this plane to us, and we finally get on board, even though it's late from the time they tell us. It just keeps getting later and later. We get on this plane. Seems to take forever. We're sitting in this plane forever because then we're waiting for ice. We're waiting for drinks. We're waiting for snacks. And they're doing the maintenance on this plane. They're reloading luggage on this plane. And that takes about an hour and 30 minutes. At this point, it's like 4 o'clock. So we finally start moving. We get all the way to the taxi, all the way to the runway, and we sit and we sit and we watch plane after plane pass us, circle, take off, circle, take off, while we just sit there. And at this point, by the way, when we reboard the plane, we get new seats somehow. So I'm not next to Doreen anymore, although she was 2 seats behind me. And I did wave to her, told her where I was, and it was pretty hilarious. So we're sitting at this taxi, and it's been an hour. Y'all, they turn us back around, all the way back to the gate, and it was far. So there we are, traveling all the way back to the gate, because something wasn't working. Didn't say what, just said something wasn't working, and had to bring us back to the gate. Had to wait for maintenance, and this time we sat for a while. And the pilot was so sweet, and I'm sure he probably was like, these people are thinking it's me. He went out of his way. I don't know if he got out, I don't know if he sent someone, but it doesn't matter. But went and spent his own money on a just truckload of food from Starbucks. Like the cakes and all the stuff, bags of this, okay? Which was so incredibly nice. And, so we sit there, I'm sitting next to this guy, and we're just talking, we talked the whole plane ride. We joked that it was a date, but it wasn't. Don't go there. But we finally they cleared, we back up, we get to take off, and we zoom out and everybody starts clapping. Meanwhile, I'm freaking out because I hate takeoff. I'm like, why is everyone clapping? But I got it. But yeah, it was insane. I was supposed to have gotten home at 2 o'clock today. I got home at 8. It's an hour-ish long flight. It was an ordeal. It was that for sure. made a bunch of friends, which was hilarious. Not just Doreen, but then Doreen and I made a bunch of friends with gentlemen as we were like switching gates. And then there were a couple of these girls that were in front of us and they were like, oh, we're all family now. Like, it was funny. I will say this, I've seen videos that honestly scare me of what goes down on some of these plane rides and people kind of like losing it and things happening, getting like, I've seen some crazy videos, but the people that were on this flight, they were all such good, like, it felt like good energy. Like, that's the only way I can describe it. The best energy on this plane. Everyone was chill. Everyone was happy. And I think there were kids on this plane too. They were very well behaved. I mean, I never heard them. Like, I felt very lucky to have been stuck in the situation I was stuck in with these people. Like, you know, because it could have been different. But yeah, it was just wild, you guys. It was wild. But here we are. We made it. I made it. Doreen made it. You know, we all made it. But I think that's going to conclude this vlog. I'm so tired. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.